everyone, my name is Jessica Whitaker. I am a full-time photographer based out of New York City, and I've actually only been full-time for exactly 1 year now. I wanted to make this video to share with you guys kind of what I've learned over the past year working for myself in photography and in social media marketing, as well as some tips, tricks, organization techniques that I have just kind of incorporated into my routine as somebody who is self-employed. I moved to New York City a year ago, and before my move, I had been working in e-commerce for 8 years. I had a year working in-house as a social media director, and I also did quite a bit of freelancing for social media marketing before my move to New York and pursuing photography full-time. If you guys are interested kind of more about my creative career path, I will link that video just explaining how I even really got to where I am at. I'll link that down below, as well as a video I did all about my college experience in education and what I studied. Did I even get my degree? Those will be linked down below. I think sometimes, especially with social media, we can get really caught up in comparison, and we see how all of these people kind of just drop everything, quit their 9 to 5 and dive straight into a photography career, which is wonderful and works for some people, but for me, I needed a lot of strategy and planning, and so I don't want to encourage any, hasty decisions or impatience. I just want to share with you guys the organization that I have learned over the past year of working as a full-time photographer. I worked really hard to be able to get to the point of supporting myself 100% on photography, teaching, as well as like YouTube and social media, and I don't want anyone to feel discouraged watching this. I want you to feel encouraged and uplifted, and I think watching at least how I got to where I'm at, like my career journey video, will be very, very important, especially if you are really struggling right now. So go check those videos out. When I moved to New York, that's when I quit my job in e-commerce, and I was able to transition into photography. I love my job, and I love that I can explore multiple outlets and platforms. So YouTube, for instance, is something I'm able to use it as an outlet to teach photography and to be able to partner with amazing companies like Squarespace. I work with a couple others that have just been this really huge blessing in my life and able to be a source of income for me to be able to continue teaching photography for free online, as well as in my Build and Bloom Facebook group. So Build and Bloom is my photography Facebook group. We have 50,000 members, and it's free. This past year, we have been able to do 5 free photography workshops in the United States, as well as 2 in London and Paris, France. And all of these have been free. Build and Bloom is this amazing community, both online and in person, that can be accessible to anyone, anywhere in the world. We had a couple sponsors for Build and Bloom. We worked with Maston Labs and #paid on some of our workshops, but the first 2 were completely just no sponsors at all. We actually just had the spaces donated to us, and so it's been this really cool kind of evolution for us with Build and Bloom to keep it free. And being able to partner with Squarespace, like they're sponsoring this video, has me be able to continue to teach a lot on YouTube and use it as an outlet to also funnel you guys to Build and Bloom, which is an even greater resource and just community for y'all. Yeah, it's been awesome. And then I'll do some partnerships here and there on Instagram. So for instance, I'm partnered with Zappos pretty continuously, and they're an awesome online store that I just really love and believe in, and it's been a huge blessing. I'll also do some other kind of sponsored content on my Instagram here and there, but for the most part, most of my income comes from photography clients. So my busy season for photography is like September through end of December. It's a dream come true, to be honest. I have more of a clientele in New York City. I'm originally from Seattle, Washington, where Seattle is very limited, in my opinion, to mostly engagements and weddings. It's just a different demographic there. In New York, also, we not only have New Yorkers, but also tourists who come in and kind of want photographs as their souvenirs. And I feel like in New York, I am able to do a lot more bloggers and lifestyle shoots. It's just a little bit different here, and people kind of do want to invest in photography, whereas in Seattle, it's just not really a priority. Coaching calls are another way where I can kind of consult either businesses or individuals. I kind of do a whole range on social media marketing and how they can really implement it into their business. I did work for a year as a social media director, like I talked about in my career video. So I also have, you know, my presets and online workshop, as well as Google AdSense that also kind of aids in passive income. So all these things in combination are just a huge blessing to me, and I love it. And one of the big blessings as well is being able to be partnered with Squarespace continually. I'm able to combine a couple different avenues that fall under the photography spectrum, not only working with clients, but also teaching photography on YouTube and through coaching and consulting. With social media, I'm able to also tie that in. I really love it. So from October of last year to about May, I was working from my apartment, which I love my apartment. It is wonderful. I have my own, you know, desk and space, little living space. It's great, but I just found that I would kind of get myself into a bit of a slump because I would just get into this habit of working from the moment that I got up to the moment I went to sleep. And I love what I do. I love working, so it's really fun for me. But I'd realized that it had been 4 days of me straight working, and I hadn't, you know, interacted with anyone socially because I really love my job. So I was in this place where I really wanted to kind of do a little bit more social interaction. I wanted to kind of have a bit more of a routine. So I joined a co-working space. I'm able to, you know, commute and break up my day a little bit, work there for 8-9 hours a day, come back here. Sometimes though, I'll do maybe like every other day at my house, co-working space, house, co-working space, depending on what's my agenda. Some days I will just be at my apartment filming all day, whether that's for my online course or for YouTube. Like today, I'm just at my apartment. When I'm able to go to the co-working space, I'm able to just be able to focus a lot more because there's a lot of distractions at my apartment. This video has been a pain to film because my roommate came home, started playing music. She's usually not home at 12 o'clock, and then the UPS person's buzzing on her door continuously. So it can be kind of hard to work here because then you also, you know, you make meals, and then you have to clean up the meals, whatever. Very first world problems. And like I said, I'm very thankful to be able to even work in this apartment, but joining co-working space really helped with my productivity. I want to share with you guys the tips and organization for running my business and kind of what I do. So I guess I'll walk through my routine first off very shortly. This video is already, or like get to the point. It's just kind of like an overall video, but first thing, I'll wake up and I'll like read my Bible, whatever. Like this is for my work routine. Okay, so I wake up, I read my Bible, you know, I like eat breakfast. You guys already know that, whatever. But I'll usually start answering emails from my bed or my couch, wherever I did my Bible devotion. And I'll try to knock out as many emails as I can before I even leave. And rush hour in New York City in the morning is terrible. Rush hour is like 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock. So I'll try to just leave my apartment at like 10:30, and I'll just use that rush hour time to answer emails, do admin stuff. After I'm done with emails, I'll get fully ready for the day, hair, makeup, outfit. I really think that this can improve your mood and just your self-confidence, even if I'm working from home. Now, there are some days where I don't wear makeup, I don't do my hair, I'll be editing all day, whatever. I try to make those days few and far between, sandwiched more around days where I had myself fully together, just because it really does help in self-confidence and productivity. I think it's really important, especially just in mental health and like self-care. I think it's important. There were some times, especially in the very beginning of my move, that I struggled with depression ever since college, and I made a whole video on that. But when I first moved here, I really was still struggling with depression for the first maybe 4 or so months, just because I was working from home and I would get myself into like this routine of just wearing the same San Francisco 49ers sweatshirt for, you know, 5 days straight. And then I would be like, well, what's the point? I'm just editing. I don't know. My point is just getting ready is important. And in addition to getting ready, getting outside is very important. These tips, especially these first couple of tips, are for people who are working full-time for themselves. You know, when you're doing photography on the sides on the weekend, you have other commitments like school, other, work, it's easier to get outside, obviously. Whether I'm in my apartment or at the office, at the co-working space, eat outside, break up your day, go on a walk, either during your lunch break or in the morning, like maybe mid-morning, like 10 a.m. if you can. And then another part of breaking up my day is going to the gym. Now, I prefer going to the gym at night solely for the reason that it separates out my day. Usually I'll stop working at about 7:30, depending on how much I had to do that day. And I'll go to the gym for about an hour or so. And I know when I come back, the gym really helps me kind of reset. I'm not really on my phone, I don't have my computer, I'm not answering emails. I don't have email notifications on my phone. I have the app, but I mostly try to reserve all of that for my computer work. And I also don't have social media notifications on. I don't have Twitter on my phone. I have Snapchat. I go off and on with Instagram, and I have a video on all about productivity with these apps. I'll also link down below for you guys, anyone in general, not just people who are self-employed. But at the gym, I'm able to really focus on myself and like watch a makeup YouTube video or something like that. And I know that once I come home from the gym, because I'm slowly turning, unplugging, I come home and I don't touch my computer. It separates out my day. It really, really helps. You shower, and then you're more relaxed, and then you can just watch Gilmore Girls and go to sleep. I also think though it's important to be intentional about your schedule and making time with friends at night and meet up with somebody. But there are some days when during the week I really can't meet up with somebody. I need to reserve that for the weekend just because I might be in the middle of a launch, or I just have a lot of deadlines to do. Right now, for the past month, I feel like I haven't really made time to spend time with anyone just because of the workload that I have right now, which is a huge blessing. And I'll try to reserve my free time for Sunday, but I'll still work on Saturdays. And then, a lot of my photography clients are on the weekends too. So it's all about balance and being intentional, but don't beat yourself up too much about it. For me, as long as I have been going to the gym, exercising, eating well, taking my lunch breaks, then I don't get into a big depression, especially if I'm at the co-working space around other people. Whereas before, when I'd work from my apartment, I did have to go and meet up with friends because I needed to get out of the house. You know what I mean? So it's gonna vary for everybody, and it definitely varied for me over the year, but I do think that it's important to still give yourself that kind of schedule. And what's so wonderful about freelancing is that you really do have a flexible schedule. If I have somebody coming into town and they wanna spend the day with me on Thursday, I can kind of accommodate to that request and just kind of work extra hours or over the weekend. If I want to go on a trip, there's so many blessings that come along with that schedule. So I kind of mentioned the next couple tips in a organizational video. I'll have that linked down below. I know I just sound like I'm referring you guys to so many other videos, but I really have this huge arsenal on YouTube that I love to provide you guys with more in-depth information. So my next tip is to have a password book. If you are a freelance photographer, I have a couple of these, one specifically for Build and Bloom, one for my personal, one for my photography. I just think that these are really helpful for keeping track of all of your passwords. I know it sounds really simple and silly, but I think that this is a very valuable thing, and it saves you a lot of time in resetting passwords because you have Acuity scheduling, and then you have your Gmail, but then you also have Trello. There's so many passwords to keep hold of, so definitely get a password book from Amazon. I love them. They're great. They organize by site. I'll have this stuff linked down below as well. Next up is calendars. Here are my tangible calendars in addition to my Google Calendar. So let's break it down, okay? So this one, they're all from Target, and I'll link them below for you guys. This one has the month, it has the weeks and days. It's very general, planner. I mean, you guys can see it has the tabs, and I really love the layout of this calendar. This calendar is a replica of my Google Calendar. So I'll have like my general, you know, deadlines and meetings, appointments in the week format of the different days. I'll have what I need to do, and on my Google Calendar, I don't have my daily tasks. This one kind of holds all of that, and then I'll have some of my daily tasks on Trello, which is an amazing free kind of organizational board. I highly recommend it. But I like having things physically down for me to cross off, because there is something so satisfying about color coordinating and crossing things off. All of my pens, I'm really into stationery, are in this cute little pouch, and as you guys can see, oh, okay, so I got this little bunny thing, and it's all across the room, and I don't want to unfocus my camera. But where's the head of it? Okay, I got this thing, and the body just fell off. In my thing, I have all these different, you know, whiteout markers. Y'all, these from Muji are my favorite, and I use these to color coordinate. So for me, blue means build and bloom, green means YouTube, pink is social media like Instagram. This is my pouch. It's so cute, y'all. I love Winnie the Pooh. I just think he's so cute, and I love the little neon and canvas. Anyways, so I will color coordinate everything in here. Now, I also have these general calendars. These are just month layouts. I have one for my personal media, so YouTube. This will have like my deadlines and my like posting stuff. And then I also have this one for Build and Bloom. So this has all of our deadlines. It doesn't really have our scheduling, like our post schedule, but it's just helpful to break these up. And then of course, I love the Google Calendar. I love notebooks. I think they're so important, and I go through them like crazy. So here are some of mine, and I just want to show them to you. Look at this one's so cute. This one's for Build and Bloom, and on our last Texas workshop, I gave the team it, and it's kind of cheesy and it's not the best, but I did this inside, and I just thought, you know, it was very cute just to thank them, whatever. So this one is great. And I love the moleskins too. This is just a simple white one. These are awesome because they can kind of fold, you can tear them. If you're into stationery like me, you'll like a moleskin. And then I have these two just really cute ones. So this one has more of an ideas in it, and then this is like my general notebook that I like right now. And I just love the print. Isn't it so cute? But this, like I said, is general, and I like it just for all of my notes, YouTube video, like kind of layouts. The point is, I think having everything physically written down, especially if you are a creative, is very, very great way of organizing out your life. And honestly, I'm sure that it's psychological too as well. Just having the right tools and systems on your computer are very, very important, and you don't have to spend a ton of money to have software that does all this stuff for you. I think Trello, like I mentioned, the list builder is extremely, extremely beneficial. I love the entire G Suite, Google Drive, Google Docs, Google Sheets, Gmail. I love Gmail, and I have a whole video dedicated to why you should have Gmail in your business. And also, I really love Squarespace. I've been partnered with Squarespace for a year or so, and I've been using their services for 2 years, and they are sponsoring this video, which I'm so grateful for. Like I explained at the beginning, they help me continue to create free content for you guys. Squarespace is an all-in-one platform for your website, online store, email, domains. It's amazing, and it cuts down on so much technical struggle and time. They have beautiful designer templates that you could easily build out a great site in a weekend, award-winning customer support, as well as a great online form. It is very intuitive and easy, simple to use to build a site that you are proud to show clients. We use Squarespace on both Build and Bloom's website and my website, jessicawhitaker.co. Squarespace just makes it so easy for me to be able to have my homepage, my about me, plug in all of my socials, and have it look really cool and modern and custom coded. I utilize the blog feature for my photography clients and my galleries. I'm able to separate out different categories for wedding clients and portrait photography, and I can link my clients to. I have a very detailed contact page and contact form on Squarespace that cuts down on a lot of back and forth time with my clients clients. Whether you need a website, domain, or an online store, make it with Squarespace. You guys can go to squarespace.com to start your free trial. And when you are ready to launch your beautiful professional website, you guys can go to squarespace.com/Jessica Whitaker to get 10% off of your first purchase of a website or a domain. No, that is not an affiliate code. It is just a discount because I love you and Squarespace loves you too. So go check it out. I really think that having a great website that is modern, user-friendly for you and for your clients is a huge key component to a successful business. It really, really is. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. It's very kind of talkative, chatty, talking about some of my favorite tips and kind of my journey this past year as a full-time freelance photographer, and I love my job so much. It is so much fun working with clients and teaching, and it's all thanks to you guys who are encouraging and watching and supporting. I love y'all so much. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and if you want even more photography tips and tricks, social media strategies, you guys can find me over on Instagram. I do live streams all the time, Q&As, website reviews, Instagram reviews, and of course, Build and Bloom, the free photography Facebook group. I love y'all, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.